What is going on, you guys? Thank you so much for stopping by Galadon Gaming. Yes, it's another Clash Royale 1 hit point left episode, and we're going to watch some extremely painful battles. Painful if you're on the losing end of one of these. I mean, this game is already so close, but to end up with just 1 hit point on a tower is unbelievably, excruciatingly painful. And right here we've got Kai11 from Full Attack facing off with Nick from Phone Kittens. Such a cute name. And anyway, so we will get on. I'm more of a dog person. All right, so we've got Kai using, it looks like a Miner and a Hog Rider deck, facing, well, I can't tell exactly what Nick is using yet here, but he's got the Princess, the Musketeer, the Barbarians, and it's going to be a close battle. You've got a couple of level 10 players going at it. The balance changes of this game constantly keeping the matches close like this. And when you've got similarly skilled players, you're going to end up with really close matches if you know how to counter things. Now, Nick has got a Giant, which is increasingly popular these days. A lot of people bring in the Giant. I do feel like it's a super strong card, even up at higher levels. Of course, it's a brand new beginner's deck card, but at max level 11, 12, and even 13, the Giant, super effective, very powerful, and can devastate a tower even by himself if you don't stop him from getting there. That's kind of the big difference between a Giant and, say, a Golem, the amount of damage he can put out and the fact that he's got a lot of hit points. But let's get back into the battle. Kai11, a little bit of an advantage right now. He's got some more hit points off that tower. I do like the fact that he let that Ice Wizard fire on his tower. I will generally do that myself. The Ice Wizard is really not worth the waste of elixir to counter. It's probably better to save up and go for a push or a counter of whatever's coming next after the Ice Wizard if an Ice Wizard ends up on your tower by himself. Now right here, the regular Giant gets to the tower, and that is big trouble in any ballpark right there. That is a lot of damage coming off of Kai's left tower. The only thing that managed to mitigate that damage was the Ice Wizard, obviously slowing everything down. The Barbarians, the Princess getting it down, and Kai very well here has turned a defense into a push, and that push takes a tower down. There it is, 1 crown lead, and that is so often, especially at lower levels, what you see. Getting a defensive stop of an offensive push to turn into an offensive push that can't be defensively stopped. The best offense is a good defense turning into an offense. Right. So, Kai is up 1-0. He's suffering a lot of damage on that left tower. Again, though, from... There it is. Okay, it wasn't then, but it is now. The Giant gets it down to under 500 hit points, so it's close. Kai is trying to hold his opponent off, and obviously this is frustrating for Nick. When you're this close, you just need to get a couple of more shots in. Here they come. The Fire Spirits, the minions, can't quite do it. 277 left on the tower as time counts down desperately. He throws the fireball, but yes, 276 is the fireball value, and wows all around. Wow, that was crazy, and nothing he could do. Right there, whether you know the value of your fireball or not, there's nothing you can do. You throw it in desperation, hoping, I don't know, maybe it's one of those fireballs that's got a little extra spark to it. I don't know. Nothing worse. I think I'd rather just lose with 277 hit points on the tower than 1, but who knows. All right, let's move on to Jerry from FA Diamond. This is one of the sister clans of my Full Attack clan. All of the Full Attack clans' sister clans are named FA and then a precious gem. So, well, most of them. The Galamom clan is FA Zirconia. And you know what? It's turned out to be a better clan than I thought it would be. They're really solid. They're full most of the time. Got some good players in there. But Galamom leads FA Zirconia. We've got Diamond. I believe we've got Ruby, Emerald, Sapphire, Jade. We'll work on Garnet, Jasper, Opal. I don't know. Anyway, so Jerry throwing up the crying face. Now, he is facing an opponent who's double pumping, and that's difficult to stop right there, laughing in his face. So Jerry crying again. 2 sets of Elixir Collectors is a very dangerous combination. And obviously, you can see this guy's got the P.E.K.K.A going. P.E.K.K.A, Prince, Dragon, Hog Rider. So more unusual decks right here. And really right here, this freeze spell stalls things when Jerry thought that he was going to annihilate that tower. So unfortunately for Jerry, he's not able to get through. Now he's facing a full-size P.E.K.K.A and the Prince trying to pull them off target. You can see that Jerry is using the Wizard that we might see more and more use of now that the Wizards' attack speed has been increased ever so slightly. It could be enough that we will see more of it. I feel like the Wizard, as soon as you get it, great card to use. Higher levels, very rare that you see it effectively used. So, Jerry loses a tower. All right, so I was talking too much. Jerry lost a tower. Jerry's not happy. With a minute left, Jerry's got to try to come back. Can he do it? He's got 60 seconds. And again, though, his opponent is pumping Elixir, and this is so difficult. You either need to A, pump Elixir yourself, or B, figure out a way to slow down or stop that Elixir collection in order to stop a pumper in these situations. All right, so 43 seconds left. Another P.E.K.K.A, and this is really a defensive P.E.K.K.A, just trying to get out there, take down the Giant, slow down Jerry's push. Jerry trying with Barbarians down the right-hand side works really well. Look at all that damage. The Hog Rider, the freeze spell is going to stop things, and that was a tower for sure had his opponent not dropped the freeze spell. So a surprisingly unusual deck and being very effective right here. Check it out. 2 P.E.K.K.As on the screen, and they're both extremely healthy P.E.K.K.As too. This is not good. Now the Inferno Tower, Jerry very lucky that he's got an Inferno Tower here. Here comes the Hog Rider, no freeze spell ready. That should be the end of this tower. 1 hit point. No, it's got 1 hit point. The arrows, unbelievable. The arrows, insult to injury. 1 hit point, and the arrows midair don't land. Jerry loses, and I bet you thought somebody was going to win again, right? You always show full attack winning. No, he lost. All right, anyway, let's move on to a battle that took place outside of full attack. This I actually got from Twitter. I asked on Twitter a few days ago if anybody had a 1 hit point battle, and a few people replied, and so I went to check out Parcas from Brave Little. I believe they were a German clan. I could be wrong. But and I'm probably mispronouncing the name as well. But it was so nice of them to invite me over to let me visit and have me come check out this battle between Parcas and Alessia89 and Zed's Deadpool, one of my favorite bands. Zed's Dead. Love me some Zed's Dead. But anyway, I digress. So let's watch the battle. You can see that the opponent once again has an unusual deck. Rocket, Dragon, Goblin Barrel, Giant, Mini P.E.K.K.A. And Parcas over here, he's got a bit of an unusual deck himself. But remember, these are slightly lower level players than we're used to seeing. And I feel like at levels, say, 6, 7, 8, you're going to see much more diversity of decks than you do at 10 through 13. So you're still seeing a lot of players using cards like the Giant, like the Dragon as well. And the Mirror card over there from Alessia could prove interesting in this battle. It's pretty close early on. Both players working on the right lane and both getting a lot of hit points off those towers. Both of them down to about 50%. 90 seconds left. Mini P.E.K.K.A on its way. And the Bomb Tower, another recently buffed card that we could see more of. I would personally love to see the Bomb Tower being used up at like levels 11, 12, 13. I think that'd be super cool. I feel like it's way underused, probably one of the most underused cards in the game at that level. Now, Parcas doing a good job of countering the Goblin Barrel after Goblin Barrel. Speaking of Goblin Barrel, come on, this was before it was reduced in elixir cost, and of course the damage of it landing has been removed. So right there, all it really requires is the ability to use it quickly. Now, I don't feel like it took very much damage off. I know it was less than 100 hit points in damage that it did when it landed anyway, that impact damage. It really is a card that relies upon catching your opponent off guard when they're not ready, when they have arrows are down, when their fireball is down, when their zap is down. And speaking of, here comes another Goblin Barrel, and it is going to get quite a bit of damage done. Even though Parcas had arrows and a fireball ready, he was focused on that push down the left lane. And the push is massive. It's in fact overkill. The balloon, full damage, full health balloon, wipes out that tower, moves on, finally gets taken out by the minion horde. And there is the 1 hit point. 10 seconds left. In the meantime, his tower on the right-hand side has fallen to 1 hit point. But there's nothing his opponent can do. The Goblin Barrel is not going to be up in time. The damage from the Goblin Barrel pre-balance would have gotten the tower down. In this case, it didn't happen. So there it is, you guys. More painful endings. Just 1 hit point left on a tower for winners and for losers. Let me know if you guys run into this same situation, or also If you have where 2 towers are destroyed at the same time in overtime, I always love to see those and share those on my channel. Thanks again for watching. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and I hope to see you all back here again tomorrow for more full attacks.
Galadon, 1 hit point. That's ridiculous. That would never happen to me. Not possible.